cloudy, it's sunny but dummy. I think that everyone at one point in their lives has felt jealous, and honestly, it's not an uncommon feeling, especially knowing that we live in an era where we can see everything that everyone else does, because they're always boasting about it on the internet. And I mean, think about it. Someone gets pregnant, they're posting about it on the internet. They get engaged, it's on the internet. Any major milestone, any new product that they buy, anything, they're posting it on the internet. Everyone will know about it, and you're bound to eventually see it and react on it, obviously. So, feeling jealous is valid and common, because although you can work on it, it's still a natural feeling. What is not valid is lashing out and hating on people based purely on jealousy, and then trying to find reasons to justify it through saying stuff like, well, this person did this, and they also did that, which means that I'm technically allowed to hate on them. Your reasoning for hating them isn't because they did this and that, it's because you're jealous and you don't like that feeling, so you're trying to find a reason why. You don't want to blame yourself for it, so you're just gonna blame them. And that's just not how. And this is coming from a seasoned hater. I built this entire account on me talking about things that I hate and things that I genuinely disagree with. And to be honest, it's mainly because I was in the school's debate club. So I have this inherent ability to be able to find a flaw in anyone and anything that I put my mind to, and I can speak on it for at least 8 minutes, just all in one go, saying, oh, well, this is bad because this, and this. An example is the art community, cancel culture, anything else that I can put my mind to. And I won't hesitate to verbally attack anything that I feel is valid to call out. But because of that, I know what it sounds like when there's an actual issue with something, and what it sounds like when you're just arguing for arguing's sake, because there isn't actually an issue with it, but you're just trying to find something. I know what reaching sounds like. And when it comes to jealousy, people always sound like they're reaching. One of the many people that have been a victim of this jealousy is it's Kim Silky from season 2 of Singles Inferno. Look, hear me out. I know that hearing her name makes a lot of people roll their eyes if you know who she is. But just hear me out. Honestly, I'll die on this hill, because the people that hate on her have no actual reason to hate her, and disagree with literally everything that she does. I feel like the people that are hating on her are definitely reaching, and I'll show you. Obviously, you don't have to like her. You don't have to like anyone. I hate a bunch of people. I hate almost everyone. But it still doesn't give you a reason to hate people for hating. You don't have to like her. She doesn't have to be your favorite person. She's not even my favorite person on that show. She's not even on my top 3. But making a bunch of videos about her and painting her out to be some sort of petty, manipulative villain is just, it's a little too much for me. Even for a seasoned hater like me. People are going viral saying stuff like this.
I have reasons why I, as well as so many others, don't like Silky, and like it's not hard to figure out, like it's right in front of you. I just don't understand why people need others to explain this. I'm gonna start with the petty stuff because it's the petty stuff. I find her raised corner smile to be really provoking in a way that she thinks she's better than you. Like, confidence is key, but like, this is like looking down on you confidence. You think she's better than you. Her tactics are good though. When they're in groups, she lets all the other girls talk. All she does is do that smirk and keeps her mysterious, and that's what guys like. Second thing is, everyone knows, the reason why people defend this woman is because of the first guy she went with Paradise with. I'm fully on his side. He did nothing wrong. She started switching up ever since he mentioned he was a doctor. And I'm pretty sure around that time, because she's pretty witty and sly, that she knew she couldn't fool a doctor. Because, you know, doctors are smarty pants. Maybe not street smart, but that's the stereotype that people think doctors know everything. And then she just lost interest. But she just covered it up with saying she felt uncomfortable. And you guys, be for real, this man was literally asking basic standard first date questions. It wasn't a reach like saying, have you ever been married before? Have you had like a 5+ body count? He's just asking about her current life situation, and that's important. Like, how can you be mad and start saying you felt uncomfortable after he asked why you chose him? And mind you, he was being very considerate because before he asked that question and before you got heated about it, he said why he chose you. And like, then proceeded to ask. The reality is, the whole point of Paradise is to get to know each other really well. Because on the island, you can't even know your occupation. Like, come on. And it's to spend time because you only have a day there, because when you're back on the island, you're with everyone else. And people need to understand, even if they wanted to separate, they couldn't. The producers at the back probably are asking them, they have to stay together. Because at the end of the day, they're being filmed for a show. Anyway, last reason I'm going to mention that really knocked the red flag off, there's more, was when the new guy came in. And she just kept hysterically saying, I know he's going to win. I know it in my heart. I know he's going to win. Yeah, obviously. The guy didn't even go through one wrestling round already. The other two did. He's not tired. He's definitely going to win. And then when he moved in the tent after that, and she explained to Nadine and Sejong how much she loved, but like had an interest in the guy, and saying how she couldn't pull him. Those two having the best hype woman ever, saying how pretty she was, how hot she was, she could get any guy. All she did was smile and look down. And like, that just gives off. She knows it already, but she just wants to hear it. And the worst part is she didn't say it back. Say it back even if you don't.
TikTok as an example, I've honestly seen like 3 other TikToks from different creators pretty much saying the exact same thing. The things that they were saying were so similar that I actually felt like I was watching the same damn TikTok, so I had to go onto their page just to check if I had seen it before. Apparently I hadn't, because I would have found my own comment there. Because again, I will defend this girl until I die, unless she does something horrible. But like until now, she's been pretty fine. She's been pretty okay. So yeah, everyone has like the same 3-ish points. When it comes to her being this villain, this horrible person, this horrible manipulator that will kill everyone. Oh my god, she's not that bad. And I honestly feel like the bigger creators that are talking about her are just taking notes off of each other, and they're just reaching. They probably have a little group chat together where they discuss little arguments that they can prepare just to not seem like assholes when they're talking about her. That's what I think. That's my opinion. And that's also their opinions, which is completely valid, but you know, freedom of speech is the thing, but that also facilitates me. It also allows me to give my opinion on your opinion, so that's why we're here. So yeah, Silky haters, they have a weekly meeting where they agree on what to say about her, and they all run with it because apparently their words are facts. And if I want to defend her, I am a brainwashed little kid. So yeah, I know it's hard for some people to grasp this, but first of all, what type of powers do you think this girl has? If you've watched the show, who has she ever manipulated? Maybe it's me, maybe it's the way that I see it, but I haven't seen her manipulating much of anyone, people do whatever she wants them to do, or she asks them to do because they want to, because they like her, and they're trying to impress her, or just because she's nice. She hasn't really done anything to warrant the hate. Especially manipulating Dongwoo. Like, who has she manipulated? How has she shown that she intends to manipulate Dongwoo, who apparently cannot be manipulated because he's too smart? He has this huge doctor brain, which it doesn't let him be the subject of manipulation. But I won't get into that, you know. I won't get into his huge doctor brain. I just think it's really funny how people preach about women's empowerment, and then when a girl is clearly uncomfortable, we decide to blame her for being uncomfortable with a man's advances towards her, because of course we should. I know it's hard for some people to put themselves into other people's shoes, so let me just set the setting right for you. Okay, so imagine that you're in this unknown place, right? And you meet a group of new people, and then one day later you are in a room alone with one of these people, and albeit you wanted to get to know this person a little more because, again, you met him yesterday, but even then there's something slightly off about it. As soon as you get into this room with this man, which you're probably going to stay in for the rest of the night, because let's be honest, there are things that you can do outside of the room, but most people just stay there and they have dinner and they talk. So you're just gonna stay in this room. This room, by the way, is filled with cameras. Every single thing you do, people are going to watch. And as soon as you walk into this room, this man is like, "Hey, what do you want to drink? What do you want to drink?" Referring to alcohol. You tell him, "Hey, I don't feel too comfortable drinking. That's not my thing. I don't drink." But he kind of insists on you drinking, and it gets very pushy to the point where you have to be like, fine, I'll grab a drink with you. Like, come on. How are you not supposed to be uncomfortable, especially when he's being pushy about it? He's pushing you to drink, even though he knows that you're not comfortable with it, that you don't like doing it. Because Silky clearly told him, like, "Hey, I don't drink. It's fine if you drink. I don't drink." She was clear about it with him, but he still pushed her to do it, even if it was just one glass, or at least we just saw him tell her to drink a glass. Like, how would she not lose interest in this man when he doesn't respect her and her boundaries? I find it weird, and I may not be Korean, but I know that drinking culture is a big thing over there, but that's still not a reason to push someone else to drink. And I think that is partly the reason that she became so comfortable with Jinyoung, the second guy that she goes to what they call paradise with, because as soon as she said, "Hey, look, dude, I don't drink," he was like, "Fine, that's completely fine. If you want, I won't drink with you. I'll stay sober with you." And that's really, it shows that he doesn't only care about her, he's also willing to set aside what he wants to make her feel comfortable too. It doesn't make him a pushover, but it shows that he's willing to adapt himself to her needs. Even when, and her saying, "Hey, look, I find it very kind that you're offering to not drink with to not drink with me, to stay sober with me, but it's completely fine if you drink. I just don't want to drink. That shows like mutual respect between two people. Dongwoo was not capable of doing that in that situation. He pushed her to drink, so that shows why she's comfortable and open to speaking with one person and uncomfortable with another. I thought this was fairly clear in the way that she acted, but apparently it's not. Like, you see the difference. It's not about her not being able to trick a doctor. It's about that doctor not being able to respect her and her boundaries, and therefore not being comfortable staying in the same room as him. And some people really like to focus on the fact that she wasn't answering his questions, etc. But honestly, that's just a way to reject a person in a situation where you will not be able to leave them. So you kind of just decide to act dry so that they lose interest. And know, like, hey, this girl isn't really responding to me and my advances towards her. Maybe, just maybe, she's not interested. Because think about it. Even if she said, hey, look, don't. I thought about it, and I honestly don't think it's going to work between us. I'm not really interested in you in that way anymore. Even if she said it, it would be really awkward staying in the same room as him. Even though it's albeit it's a presidential suite, like it's practically an apartment, staying in the same space as him would be very awkward. Then there's the helicopter ride home, or back to the island where they're staying, and then they're going to be staying in that very island for a couple more days, and he's only going to be a tent away. So strategically, it would make sense to want to make him lose interest so that the atmosphere just isn't as awkward or isn't as bad, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to see each other often. So you want to make the vibe as comfortable for both parties. Like, I don't know, that's just how I see it. Of course, it may not be the most mature way to go about it, but I can't really blame her for acting that way. And neither should you. I honestly don't think that you should blame her. It's okay not to like a person. I dislike tons of people. I have a very tough time liking people. But reaching, and I mean really, really reaching, stretching, doing full-on yoga at this point to try and make this girl look bad is simply not it. Everyone is like, stan women, because women are queens and we need to respect women, whatever they do, until said woman is conventionally attractive and attractive men are trying to get with her and she does not reciprocate their feelings, because she doesn't have the obligation to reciprocate anyone's feelings for that matter, because guess what? She's human and she controls her life. I know, this is a big shocker. This is groundbreaking stuff that I'm saying. And yeah, maybe being dry to this dude was rude, but if she was genuinely uncomfortable, then I'd give her a pass. Like, I genuinely feel bad because as a grown woman, she's not allowed to make her own decisions without the internet hating on her. Like, how about if instead of hating a girl for being uncomfortable and showing clear signs of discomfort, we take a little sneak peek at the reason why she was uncomfortable. Just maybe it's a little suggestion for me. Instead of just saying like, there's a problem, maybe you should check out the root of said problem. Is it her, or is it the person that's making her uncomfortable that could be the problem? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not into gardening. I don't know anything about roots. I can't even do square roots in math. So, I don't know. Also, the whole thing about her face expression. Yeah, that's a little odd. Not gonna lie. But at the same time, the whole, she's smiling like that because she thinks she's better than everyone else. She's so sly, she's a snake. She's sneaky. She's sneaky like a snake. Yeah, that's a bit of a reach. That is a bit of a reach. I'm not a psychologist, but, I think that you might be projecting your insecurities onto her. Whoa. I know, pretty big statement there. But, if you look at a person and you automatically assume that, they're feeling a certain way, like acting a certain way because they feel like they are better than you, then maybe you should take a look at yourself. Obviously, if they're acting a certain way, then you can, and other people are seeing that, that might be a superiority complex for them, then yeah, maybe it's them. But it could also be you. It could also be in your head. Maybe you should get that checked out. And I'm not saying that she's a perfect person. I'm not saying that she is the best person that has ever lived and that she can do no wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that she does not deserve nearly as much hate and ridicule as she's getting for seemingly no actual reason, except doing a little quirky smile and rejecting a dude. I don't think that's a reason to get hate, but hey, that's just my opinion, and what the hell do I know about people? Honestly, I prefer to stay at home. Like, what do I know? But anyways, that's the end of the video. If you haven't noticed until now, the entire speed paint has been, it's been SpongeBob and Patrick as, dignified young ladies, which it was requested by a viewer, and I really appreciate the request, because I had fun drawing them. Not SpongeBob though. SpongeBob as a girl was a real nightmare because I did not understand how the hell her face was supposed to work. It's a very hard time. I might have shed a tear while drawing her face, but let's not get into that. Anyways, stay safe and don't be a stranger. Peace.